السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد. I welcome you all to the class of Qisas Nabiyeen, and we are in the 5th volume, and the Arabic is very difficult. And there are a lot of new words which we learned till now. Miratun, we learned last time. Mira is provisions. قاحل is dry. في هذا المكان القاحل. نبغ emerge. I just wrote the words. Jarda, barren. We just started the book and we've done the first chapter, that is Al-Asrul Jahili, in the Jahili era, before Islam. Now we are doing before the prophethood, قبل البعثة, before the prophethood, and we've done in that sub-chapter we did Makkah and Quraysh. That's it. We've just done one chapter in this. This is the second chapter in the Qabla al-Baytha sub-chapter. Correct? Because he has huge chapters in the starting, like big chapters, and then they have sub-chapters. Sub-chapters like Qabla al-Baytha. You have Al-Asr al-Jahili, Qabla al-Baytha, before the prophethood. Then we have Ba'd al-Baytha, after the prophethood. And then Fil Medina, in Medina, and then wars, Badr al-Hamasa, Badr al-Kubra, and then Da'wa, Ghazwa. So he has like these chapters. It's a big book, a huge book, but yeah, you have to do all of these 5 volumes, so that you have a good grasp of all the vocabulary and Inshallah ta'ala. So let's continue reading and write down all the difficult words. ظهور الوثنية في مكة وقريش. ظهور, the appearance of idol worship. Wathaniya is idol worship في مكة, in Makkah as well as in Quraysh. وقريش, obviously Makkah includes Quraysh, right? I mean, yeah, Makkah includes Quraysh. So we can translate wow as well as, maybe, Allahu Alam. وبقيت قريش. Now anytime you use a group, you can use feminine also, like جماعة. So قالت الهنود, the Indian said. قالت الأمريكيون, like a group you can use feminine. Similarly Quraysh is a group, so that is why you have to use feminine. I mean, I don't know if it is compulsory or not, but that's how they use. قالت قوم صالح. قالت. So بقيت قريش. So قريش remained, the Quraysh remained متمسكة. This is the object, I believe, of بقيت. So or حال, you could say. Quraysh remained what? How did they remain? They remained holding. متمسكة. تمسك يتمسك is to hold. متمسكة حال بدين إبراهيم الخليل, with the religion of Ibrahim al-Khalil. So these Quraysh remain holding fast to the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam. وبدين جدها إسماعيل, and the religion of their grandfather. We'll translate the ha as their. بدين جدها إسماعيل, and their grandfather Ismail. ومتمسكة, again he's bringing one more hal. Okay, they remained holding on to religion of Ibrahim and Ismail alayhim salam, and they also remained متمسكة بأقيدة التوحيد. They also remained holding on to the aqidah التوحيد, to the aqidah of tawhid, وبعبادة الله وحده, and to worship Allah alone. But was it always? حتى نشأ فيهم عمرو بن لهي, until حتى نشأ, until Amr ibn Luhay. Nasha'a means to be brought up, so we could say born, you could say حتى ولد فيهم, نشأ فيهم عمرو ibn Luhay, until this guy came. Quraysh were on Tawheed and on the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail. فكان, so this guy Amr ibn Luhay, فكان أول من غير دين إسماعيل. He was the one who غير يغير, to change. So he was أول من غير دين إسماعيل. And he was the one who changed the religion of Ismail. So this guy came and he changed the total religion. فَنَصَبَ الْأَوْثَانَ. Nasaba is to affix something. So he fixed the idols. He put up, they translate as Nasaba. The ayah comes fansab. Fansab, work hard in that meaning. Huh? Fansab, work hard. وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَارْغَب. So fansab, nasbun is to affix, put up. So he put up the idols, awthan. And وَأَحْدَثَ. Ahdatha is to bring something new. Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha. Whoever brings something new in a matter, فَلَيْسَ. من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. Whoever brings, the Rasul said, whoever brings something new in our religion, whatever is not in it, it is rejected. Ahdatha is to bring bid'ah. So this guy is bringing a bid'ah, religious bid'ah. Ahdatha fil, and he brought something new. Fil haywanat, in the animals. Minat التعظيم والتسييب, from تعظيم و تسييب, سيب يسيب تسييب. تسييب هو نذر للآلهة فتترك ولا تركب. So this guy, he brought something new in the animals. What kind of innovation in the animal? With ta'zim, respecting animals. And tasyib, sayyaba sayyibu. So what they used to do is nazar. So they used to say this camel is for this god, so you should not touch it, you should not drink the milk of it, and there's so many things they used to say. You should not ride it, it's left, it'll roam here and there, this is like this god's camel or something like that, or whatever, idol's camel. So he added this, he started this. Tasib is what? Huwa nadharun lil aliha. This is nadhar. This is given to the gods. Fatutraku wala turkab. It is left and nobody will ride it. And he also started, so this is called tasib. Tasib. وَالتَّحْرِيمُ مَا لَمْ يَأْذَنْ بِهِ اللَّهِ. And tahrim, and prohibiting what Allah did not permit. So he did not make haram halal also. I mean, he just did not make the things which are haram halal, but he also made the halal haram. Right? Adina yadanu is what Allah did not give permission. Ma lam ya'dhan bihillah. Like animals, right? Animals all are halal, we can eat, but he said no, seventh, if it's a pregnant and it has a seventh girl or something like that, there's a whole list of these things. Seventh girl, and the seventh girl, if she becomes pregnant, I mean the seventh female camel, so you leave it and all that. It's very technical. But tahrimu ma lam ya'dhan bihillah wa lam ta'rifuhu, we'll make it majzum, so wa lam ta'rifhu shari'atu Ibrahima. And even the Sharia of Ibrahim did not know this, all these new things which he brought. وَكَانَ قَدْ خَرَجَ مِنْ مَكَّةَ إِلَى الشَّامِ. And he, kana, when it comes with verbs, he'll say he used to. And he used to surely leave from Makkah to Sham. From Makkah to Sham, فَرَأَى أَهْلَهَا. And he saw its people. So where did he get this idol worship thing? He got it from Sham, Syria, and all those areas. فَرَأَى أَهْلَهَا يَعْبُدُونَ الْأَصْنَامِ. They saw its people worshipping idols. فَفُتِنَ بِهَا. And he was tested with it. That means he was tempted and futina biha. Futina, he was tested with it. That means he accepted it. وَجَلَبَ بَعْضَهَا إِلَى مَكَّةَ. Jalaba is to ata bi. That means he brought something and he got involved in this trial. Futina bihi, they translate involved in this trial. He took some of them back. Jalaba is to, jalb is to bring something or bring out something. وَجَلَبَ بَعْضَهَا. This is the object. بَعْضَهَا إِلَى مَكَّةَ. And he brought some of it to Makkah. فَنَصَبَهَا. So, and he affixed them. He put up the idols and set them up. So he brought some idols. I mean, obviously he was maybe not a carpenter to create his own idols. He just brought them and then put it. And وَأَمْرَ النَّاسَ بِعِبَادَتِهَا وَتَعْظِيمِهَا. And he commanded the people to worship them and ta'ظيمها, and respect them, honor them. And people started believing just because of one person, the chief said. This is how bid'ah start, no? We have to be careful. وَتَدَرَّجَ. Tadarruj, to go something like tadarruj fil ilm, in knowledge, you level up, no? So وَتَدَرَّجَ, and slowly, just because 2-3 idols had become so many, it started spreading. وَتَدَرَّجَ بَعْضُهُمْ مِنْ تَعْظِيمِ حِجَارَةِ الْحَرَمِ التي كانوا يحملونها معهم إذا ضعنوا من مكة تعظيما للحرم. وتدرج, and these guys progressed بعضهم from تعظيم حجارة الحرم, from the respect of حجارة الحرم. So haram was there, the haram had stones, right? So they used to respect the stones of the haram. التي كانوا يحملونها, حمل يحملوا, to carry, which they used to carry the stones of the haram. معهم إذا ضعنوا. What is ضعن mean? إذا رحلوا. ضعن يضعن. ضعن is to journey, to travel. إذا ضعنوا, to travel. ضعن is رحل. إذا رحلوا أي ضعنوا. من مكة, when they used to travel from Makkah. So these guys used to take the stones of haram. Like many people go there and they cut pieces of the cloth of the Kaaba, or they do something, and they think it's barakah in it, but that is incorrect. Min Makkah ta'ziman lil haram, respecting, honoring the haram, wa muhafadatan ala dhikrahu, and preserving its memories. Dhikrahu. Dhikra is memories, remembrance, and preserving its memories. Oh, we went to Makkah. What did you bring from Makkah? We brought it stones. Ila an saru ya'buduna. And then what happens is it became, or they became, this, or you can say started, because it comes with the verb, no? We can say started. These are called af'al al-shuru, no? The verbs which start, like akhadha, shara'a, ja'ala, sara, like sara yabki, he started crying. So, ansaru ya'buduna mastahsanu min al-hijarati, and they started worshipping what they thought was good from the hijara. How did it translate? What that looked good. So all nice rocks and all that, they started worshipping. Ila an saru ya'buduna mastahsanu min al-hijarati wa a'jabihim. Wa'ajab, and the most wondrous of them. Nice to them, he translated that. I don't think it's nice. Ajaba yujubu, this is tafdeel I bring, I think. Wa'ajabihim, yani ajab, yani most wondrous stones. So some stones were nice. They may start carving shapes and all that maybe, and they started worshipping. Then we have the hadithatul fil. So this was ظهور الوثنية في مكة وقريش. How did idol worship start? So if somebody asks you, how did it start? You'll say, Amr ibn Luhay, this guy started, and he brought from Syria. And also some said, I saw him in Jahannam also, no? Because he started this idol worship. Hadithatul fil, the incident of elephant. Elephant's incident, which has, this is all before the Prophet ﷺ's birth as well, and before Bi'atha, before the prophethood. وَوَقَعَ حَادِثٌ عَظِيمٌ. وَوَقَعَ, and the big great event happened. كَانَ دَلِيلًا عَلَى ظُهُورِ حَادِثٍ أَكْبَرٍ. Kana, it was دليلا, it was a sign. على دليل على, it's a sign on what? ظهور حادث أكبر, on the appearance of another matter, hadith, event, which is greater than it. So a great event happened, which will show us another great event will happen, that is the birth of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وعلى أن الله يريد بالعرب خيرا, and that Allah, and it was a sign, Allah is going back to the Dalil, and it was a sign that Allah wants for the people of Arab good. وَأَنَّ لِلْكَعْبَةِ, and that it's also a sign that the Kaaba لِلْكَعْبَةِ شَأْنًا لَيْسَ لِغَيْرِهَا, has a matter special position which is not for others. Sha'n kulla yawmin huwa fi sha'n. Matter or position they translate as laysa li ghayriha min buyut dunya, from the houses of the world. That means Kaaba also will be protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala till the day of judgment. We'll just do this today, inshallah ta'ala. And yeah, this is what we'll cover today. Hadithatul Fil. It's like 2.5 pages. And then we can do Abdullah wa Amina, those lessons later on, from the birth of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is before the birth. Mawlid, qabla al-Mawlid. Then what happened? وَكَانَ مِنْ خَبَرِهِ أَنَّ أَبْرَهَةَ الْأَشْرَمِ. And from its incident, that is khabar of the haditha, from this news, whatever we have narrations about it, that Abraha Ashram, this guy Abraha Ashram, Amilun Najashi, was the governor. Amil is the governor. He was the deputy of Najashi, Malikul Habasha. So Ethiopia, the Habasha area, he had a governor on Yemen, because there's a whole history of what happened in Rahiq al-Makhtum. Will explain. I mean, it is explained because Yemen came under the Christians again. That time, before the Prophet ﷺ's birth, Yemen, it was under the Jews, and something happened, Dhunuwas and all the story, which just comes in Surah Al-Buruj. And then they killed Christians, and then the Habasha, he sent to Dhunuwas. And then it came under Christians again. So now it was under Christians. So this guy, Abraha al-Ashram, was a Christian, and he was the governor of al-Yemen. Bana bi Sana'a, and he built in Sana'a. Bana Yabni is to build. Bana bi Sana'a kanisatan azimah. He built a huge church. He built a huge church. Sammaha al-Qulais. And it was called al-Qullais with a tajdeed, al-Qullais. وأراد أن يصرف إليها حج العرب. And Asarafa is refused to change, and he wanted with it, or he wanted to change the Hajj of Arab to it, إليها. That means to the Qullais. وغار على الكعبة أن تكون مثابة للناس. And he waged a war now. غارة is to become jealous. Oh, okay. غازة is waste to. غارة is to become غيور. غار على الكعبة, and became jealous of the Kaaba. غار, jealous. غار على الكعبة أن تكون مثابة للناس. مثابة is a place of return for the people. Mathaba comes in the Quran, no? It means a place of return. You keep going to it again and again. Inshallah, may Allah give us tawfiq to keep going in there again and again, inshallah ta'ala, at least once in 5 years. يشدون إليها الرحال. Shadda yashuddu is to tighten. So yashuddu ilayha rihal, that means they travel to it. That's how they say, where people travel to it. وَيَأْتُونَ مِن كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. And they come from every fajj, a ravine. It comes in the Quran, fajj. Fajjun, from what I know. Fajjin amiq, from a deep ravine. Ravine is like a valley? No, I don't know what's a ravine. Yeah, ravine is a deep valley. It's called steep sides. It's called a ravine. Yeah, like a valley. So they're coming from ravines. Like between the mountains, you'll have the valleys, no? So they come from every deep valley. Because the civilizations, they set up on the valleys. They'll have water. It'll be protected from all sides. وَأَرَادَ أَنْ يَكُونَ هَذَا الْمَكَانُ. And he wanted that this place should be for لِكَنِيسِهِ, for his church. That means this position of Kaaba, he wanted that it should be for his Qullais, for his church. وَعَزَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى الْعَرَبِ الَّذِينَ رُدِعُوا. وَعَزَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى الْعَرَبِ. And it became Azza, to become difficult. Aziz, it became problematic, great. وَعَزَّ ذَلِكَ عَلَى الْعَرَبِ. And this matter, that, oh, how dare he makes a church, became a great on the Arabs. So وعز ذلك على العرب, it became difficult on the Arabs. Who are these Arabs? الذين, those who رضعوا, those who were suckled, satiated. Alban, this should be, I don't know, Laban, another plural is Luban. I have to see this word. I'll see this word. بلبان حب الكعبة وتعظيمها. Who were brought up. They were suckled. The eyes to satiated, he to translate as, I mean, with the milk of love of the Kaaba and honor of it. You were growing up, you loved the Kaaba, obviously, and it became very problematic for them. How dare he does that? It's with a kasra, Liban. It's with a kasra, milks, multiple. So Laban, Liban. Liban means dairy products also. Bilibani, yani Alban. Alban. Laban plural is Alban, on the milk of love of the Kaaba, or ta'zimiha. So these guys were, Arabs were like, they found it problematic. لا يعدلون بها بيتا. عدل يعدل, one of the meaning is to judge, right? Adal, adl, right? To be just. Another meaning is to change. Change. لا يعدلون بها بيتا. And they will not change with it, that is the Kaaba, another house. They'll not exchange it. وَلَا يَرَوْنَ أَنْهَا بَدِيلًا. And they did not see any badil for it. Anything which will replace it. Badil means something replacing. Badilan. They did not think that they needed a replacement. وَشَغَلَهُمْ ذَلِكَ. And occupy themselves from it. I think شَغَلَهُمْ ذَلِكَ وَنُحِدُّثُ بِهِ. وَتَحَدَّثُوا بِهِ. وَتَحَدَّثُوا بِهِ. So that شَغَلَهُمْ ذَلِكَ, and so that matter made them preoccupied. It made them busy. They were like talking about it. How dare he brings, how can he change the Kaaba and all that. And they تَحَدَّثُوا بِهِ, and they're speaking it. فَخَرَجَ كَنَانِ. Kinani with a kasra, I think, because he translated like that. وَخَرَجَ كِنَانِ وَدَخَلَ الْكَنِيسَةَ وَأَحْدَثَ فِيهَا. Another meaning is hadath. Another meaning is to do something, that is, he relieved himself. And so he urinated or did something in it. وَأَحْدَثَ فِيهَا فَغَضِبَ عِنْدَ ذَلِكَ الْأَبْرَهَ. In the dhalika Abraha. So Abraha became angry because of that. وَحَلَفَ. And he swore an oath. He took a note that he will travel. لَيَسِيرَنَّ. Sara yasiru. And then this is noon is thaqila, noon, heavy duty noon. The heavy noon has come. Sara yasiru. That is, he will surely travel إِلَى الْبَيْتِ حَتَّى يَهْدِمَهَا. So that he could destroy it. Hadama yahdimu is to destroy it. He will destroy the Kaaba. ثم سار وخرج معه بالفيل وتسامعت به العرب فنزل عليهم كالصاعقة وعظموه وفزعوه له وأرادوا كفه عن ذلك محاربته فرأوا أن لا طاقة لهم بأبرهة وجنوده فوكلوا الأمر إلى الله تعالى وكانوا على ثقة بأن للبيت ربا سيحميه. يدل على ذلك ما دار بين سيد قريش عبد المطلب جد الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم وأبرهة من حوار، وقد أصاب له أبرهة 200 بعير فاستوذنا له عليه. استأذن له غالبا، وقد أعظمه أبرهة ونزل له عن سريره فأجلس معه وسأله عن حاجتي فقال حاجتي أن يرد علي الملك 200 بعير أصابها لي. So what happened? ثم سار. So this guy came, Abraha, وخرج معه بالفيل, and he left with him with an elephant. In others, there are many elephants, I believe, but one of the elephant he left on it. وَتَسَامَعَتْ بِهِ الْعَرَبِ. Tasama is the herd. The Arabs heard of him, I think. Tasama shows musharaka, no? Tasama bihi an-nasu. People heard about him. وَتَسَامَعَتِ الْعَرَبُ. So the Arabs heard about it, that okay, we are getting attacked. بِهِ الْعَرَبُ فَنَزَلَ عَلَيْهِمْ كَالصَّاعِقَةِ. So he came down like thunder, sa'iqa. Or lightning, you could say. Sa'iqa, thunderbolt, lightning. Not thunder is a sound, no? Like a lightning. Sa'iqa. وَعَظَمُوهُ. And they, all these Arab people, they عَظَمُوهُ, they honored him. How did it translate? They thought this army to be large. Azama is not honored, but Azama, they thought it was so huge. They were like bewildered. فَزَعُوا لَهُ. And they were فَزَعُوا. Faza is to become shocked. And they become worried. Worried. وَأَرَادُوا كَفَّهُ عَنْ ذَلِكَ. They wanted to stop him from that. كَفَّهُ. Kaffa is to stop him from that. وَمُحَارَبَتَهُ. And they also wanted to stop him from fighting him. Muharaba, haraba yuharibu, muharaba. فَرَأَوْا أَنَّ لَا طَاقَةَ لَهُمْ. But they saw that, they realized that they do not have any power over them. بِأَبْرَهَا وَجُنُودِهِ. With Abraha and his army. فَوَكَّلُوا الْأَمْرَ إِلَى اللَّهِ. So they entrusted the matter towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَكَانُوا عَلَى ثِقَةٍ. And they had a confidence, they had a trust. They had trust that the house, أَنَّ بِأَنَّ لِلْبَيْتِ رَبَّا. They had trust that for the house there's a Lord. سَيَحْمِيهِ. Hama yahmi is to protect. Allah will protect the house. يَدُلُّ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. And that indicates what happened, the dialogue. So Abdul Muttalib had gone to Abraha and he just said, give me my 200 camels which you have taken. And he was like, you're not concerned about the house? No. He said, no, for the house there's a Lord which will protect it, and I just want my property back. Ala dhalika madara bayna sayyidi Quraysh. What happened between the leader of Quraysh, Abdul Muttalib, Jaddi Rasuli sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the grandfather of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Abraha. So there was a dialogue which happened between Abdul Muttalib and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Min hiwar, from the dialogue, وَقَدْ أَصَابَ لَهُ أَبْرَهَ مِئَتَيْ بَعِيرٍ. And Abraha had taken 200 camels. 200 camels, مئتي. فَاسْتَوْ. It's a Hamza, so فَاسْتَأَذَنَ. The Hamza, it should not be written like this, I think. فَاسْتَأَذَنَ لَهُ عَلَيْهِ. So he went and asked, gave permission to meet him over this. On this. وَقَدْ أَعْظَمَهُ أَبْرَهَا. And Abraha respected him, honored him. Got it. وَنَزَلَ لَهُ عَنْ سَرِيرِهِ. Got down from his bed, that was his throne. فَأَجْلَسَ مَعَهُ أَجْلَسَهُ مَعَهُ. Made him sit with him. وَسَأَلَهُ عَنْ حَاجَتِهِ. And he asked him about his need. فَقَالَ حَاجَتِي. My need is that أَنْ يَرُدَّ عَلَيَّ. رَدَّ يَرُدُّ, to return, reply. That it should be returned to me. الْمِلْكُ. Return my position. Al-milk. مئتي بعير. 100, 200 camels. مئتي بعير. أصابها li, which you have usurped. My need is that you return my possession of 200 camels which you have usurped. Asabaha li, which you afflicted with. Asabahu. Asabaha li, which you have usurped. Asaba yusibu. فلما قال له ذلك زهد فيه الملك واستهان به. When he said that, Abdul Muttalib, when he said Zahida fihi al-Malik, the Malik, he became astute. You could say Zahada yazhidu, he forsake. Zuhud is to forsake something. He renounced. So Zahida fihi al-Malik, he renounced it. Wastahana, and he humiliated. And the king turned away from him. Zahida fihi. Thought low of it. Istihana bihi. Thought low. What? 200 camels? How about the Kaaba? I'm destroying a city and talking about camels. وَقَالَ أَتُكَلِّمُنِي فِي مِئَةِ بَعِيرٍ أَصَبْتُهَا لَكَ. Are you talking about 200 camels which I took? Asaba yusibu asabtuha, that which I snatched away from you. وَتَتْرُكْ بيتا وتترك بيتا هو دينك ودين آبائك, and you're leaving the house which is your deen, religion, and your father's religion. قد جئت لهدمه, I've surely come to destroy it. لا تكلمني فيه, you don't speak to me about it. قال له عبد المطلب إني أنا رب الإبل. إبل, indeed I am the lord or the master of the camels. وإن للبيت ربا, and indeed for the house there's a God, there's a Lord. سيحميه, سيمنعه, he will prevent it, he will soon protect it. قال ما كان ليمتنع مني, he said there's nothing which will stop me, he cannot stop me. قال أنت وذاك, then you and your work, I mean, okay, fine, do whatever. And you أنت وذاك, I don't care. أنت وذاك, you and that. That's how they say. I mean, do whatever you want. I'm not going to interfere. وانحازت, انحاز يعني لجأت وأوت. انحاز is to seek protection. Protection. لجأ, clung. وانحازت قريش إلى شعف. So شعفة, plural is شعاف or شعف. شعاف or شعف, from what I understand. The tops of mountains, رؤوس الجبال, رأس الجبل is called شعف. The peak of the mountain, the summit of the mountain is called شعف or شعف. شعفة, شعفة, شعاف. So these guys, Quraysh, went to the peaks of the mountains. They climbed the mountains. والشعاب, شعب, شعاب, شعب, 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 شعب وأبي طالب, no? شعب, mountain path. شعب is a mountain path, and the shi'ab are the mountain paths. Like a ravine again, like a ravine again. Between the mountains, they'll have mountain paths, no? Some valleys between the mountains. You can stay there. And they went to Shi'ab also, Shi'ab also, تخوفا عليهم من معرة الجيش. تخوف, fearing, عليهم, on them, من معرة الجيش. معرة الجيش أن ينزلوا بقوم فيأكلوا من زرعهم شيئا بغير علم أو يحدث تلفا أو يحدث تلفا. That is destruction. معرة الجيش, from the destruction, you could say, of the army, that they'll come and eat from the food and houses or whatever, destroy the houses. And they were on the mountains. ينظرون ماذا سيصنع الله بمن اعتدى على حرمته. They were looking of what Allah will do, whoever will transgress on its حرمة, limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وقام عبد المطلب, and Abdul Muttalib stood, وَمَعَهُ نَفَرٌ مِّن قُرَيْشٍ, and a group of people from Quraysh, فَأَخَذُوا بِحِلْقَةِ or حَلْقَةِ بَابِ الْكَعْبَةِ, and they took the rings of the door of the Kaaba handle. يَدْعُونَ اللَّهَ وَاسْتَنْصِرُونَهُ, they were calling Allah and asking for help. عَلَى أَبْرَهَةٍ وَجُنُودِهِ, I think it takes a turn to kasra now, or عَلَى أَبْرَهَةَ وَجُنُودِهِ, on Abraha and his army. But I think give a kasra, Allahu alam. I don't know, Abraha is mamnu min as-sarf. I don't think so. Abrahatu. Anyways, I think because it has a ta, I should make it mamnu. وَأَصْبَحَ أَبْرَهَةُ مُتَهَيِّئًا لِدُخُولِ مَكَّةِ. So Abraha became ready to enter Makkah. وَهُوَ مُجْمَعٌ, and he was agreed upon, he was firm. أجمع يجمع مجمع, I think أجمع يجمع مجمع. وهو مجمع لهدم البيت, and he was firm on the destruction of the house. وهيأ في له, and he made ready. هيأ يهيأ, it is to make something ready. متهيئ, and he prepared his elephant. وكان اسم الفيل محمودا, and the name of the field was محمودا. وبرك الفيل, and the field baraka, yabruku, is to get down. The elephant sat on the road. It did not move. في طريق مكة, in the path of Makkah, وضربوا الفيل ليقوم, and they hit the elephant to start. فأبى, and it refused. ووجهوه راجعا إلى اليمن فقام يهرول, and they headed towards and made it face towards Yemen. It was standing and ran. فقام يهرول. So to Makkah, the elephant was not ready to move. هناك أرسل الله تعالى عليهم طيرا من البحر. So at that time, Allah sent upon them a birds, طير, from طيور or طير, from birds from the sea. مع كل طائر أحجار. With every bird there were أحجار يحملها, which it was carrying, stones. لا تصيب منهم أحدا إلا هلك. And no one was hit from it, from the stones, except they were destroyed. They were struck except destroyed. وخرج أهل الحبشة هاربين يبتدرون الطريق الذي منه جاءوا. And the people of Abyssinia fled. هاربين. Why is he saying أهل الحبشة? Maybe he called people of Habasha also, but they were Yemen people, no, most of them. But I think because they were Habasha had conquered Yemen, so now they were conquering it. So people of Ahl al-Habasha, they ran Haribina, running. They left, running, ibtadara yabtadiru, finding or falling on the same road they came from. يبتدرون الطريق الذي منه جاءوا وخرجوا يتساقطون بكل طريق. And they left falling on every path. Wounded, killed. وأصيب أبرهة في جسده, and Abraha was struck on his body. وخرجوا به معهم, and they left with him, along with him. تسقط أنامله, his fingers were falling. أنملة, one finger after another, his fingertips, anamil, fingertips. أنملة, fingertips one by one. حتى قدموا به صنعاء فمات شر ميتة. This is called mafulun hay'a. Mita is masdar hay'a. فمات شر ميتة, so he died of worse death, in evil death. Mafulun mutlaq. They took him to Sana'a. وذلك ما حكاه القرآن يقول, and this is what Allah has, the Quran has narrated. ألم ترى كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. ألم ترى, have you not seen how your Lord dealt with the people of elephants? And did he not lay their plans to waste? ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل, تضليل waste. وأرسل عليهم, and sent on them طيرا أبابيل, flights of birds, flocks. ترميهم, these birds were hitting with them بحجارة من سجيل, straws of clay, سجيل. فجعلهم كعصف, and made him like eaten fodder, كعصف مأكول. فلما أراد الله الحبشة من مكة, فلما رد الله الحبشة من مكة أو أصابهم ما أصاب, and when Allah returned Habasha, returned them to Habasha, and they got afflicted. أعظمت العرب قريشا, the people started respecting Quraysh. Right? Abdul Muttalib became more powerful now because Allah is protecting them. وقالوا هم أهل الله, they are the people of Allah. قاتل الله عنهم, Allah fought against their behalf. وكفاهم العدو, and he sufficed them against the enemy. واستعظم العرب هذا الحادث, the Arabs greatly honored this event, great incident. وكان جديرا بذلك, and they were جدير, they began to record the history from it. فأرخوا به, جدير, and they were deserving of it. جدير, the Quraysh were deserving of it. It comes from jadura, yajdudu, to be fit, appropriate, deserving. And judara is a plural, jadir. They were suited for it. هذا الحادث وكان جديرا بذلك. I mean, not Arabs, but the event deserved deserve this استعظام, this respect. فأرخوا به أرخ, they wrote it in the تاريخ. they قالوا وقع هذا في عام الفيل, and they made it as a point of history because they didn't have calendars such. So every event, a big event takes place, they used to say this is عام الفيل, this is that. So this has happened in عام الفيل. This person was born وولد فلان في عام الفيل, and this person was born in عام الفيل. وقع هذا بعد عام الفيل بكذا من سنين, and this has happened. عام الفيل has happened, and so many years have passed since عام الفيل. وعام الفيل يصادف, and the عام الفيل took place, it matches with سنة 570, so 70 و500 ميلادي, 570 era. Inshallah ta'ala, I will read about Abdullah and Amina next class. Also not many new words, Jadid, deserving. What else? انحازت, ينحاز to seek protection. لجأ, شعف, شعاف, the tops of the mountains called shaf, shi'af, and then shi'ab also, shi'ab, the ravines, valleys. What else? Azza, to be high, difficult. Ghara, to become jealous. ضعنا يضعن, to travel. Rahala. Now we go to the birth, inshallah, in the next class of Rasulullah, and then his childhood, death of Amina, Abdullah with his uncle, Tarbiyah, building of the Kaaba, and Hilful Fudul. Inshallah, in the next class, Barakallahu Feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.